Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a wonderful Thursday here. We have lots of things packed. And I have some news. Faye is not from Visit St. Francisville. Sorry for the change
Yeah,
up.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, but she is from Visit Jefferson Parish, and we have a story all about that and all about how in tourism we rise up to help each other. In my experience, I've been in tourism for 20 years, you guys. I have noticed that tourism specifically our industry, is amazing at working with one another. We're not super competitive. We're not dog eat dog. We don't tear each other down because, as we know, domestically or even fly in, when someone comes to town, they generally don't just stay in one place or do one thing, right? So you can see that kind of partnership and that kind of opportunity for people to raise up and help each other at trade shows, when you see them sitting together at tables and taking meetings, in the print ads where they're all together in a big collab. And in times like these, when I'm, as an agency, a tourism marketing agency, had a cancellation at 4:40 on the Friday before eTourism, I was able to call someone and say, hey, we work together. We have this transformative collaboration, this partnership. Would you feel like getting on stage with me? And y'all, I have to give hands to Faye here because not only was she up for the challenge, but our story and what we have collaborated on together speaks to that opportunity to join forces and to rise up in a non-traditional way. So today we're going to talk about how we joined forces to create something very bespoke, very collaborative, and very much rooted in actual results and KPI with our partnership with Visit Jefferson Parish. So yeah, with that, thank you, Faye, for coming from Visit Jefferson Parish.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So I'm Faye Broussard Dauzat from Visit Jefferson Parish. For anyone who doesn't know, a parish is just a really fancy way of saying county in Louisiana. We just like to be a little fancy. But I am the social marketing and digital manager. Anything with a digital footprint, I touch. And with that, I wear a lot of hats. I'm sure most people in a smaller DMO kind of understand that feeling. And we are a small DMO. We're about 8 to 9 people total, and we are right next door to New Orleans. So we get mistaken very, very frequently with New Orleans. And with that, when I took over the position 3 years ago, I was in charge of social. And our social page was great. It was okay. We were managing. We were doing what we needed to do to, get engagements and, what we needed. But I knew there was a footing and a need for something bigger and better. And I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. And I asked my superiors above me if we can bring someone in to help with our social media, because I knew we needed someone that really understood our area, our GMO, but also understood the social side of things. So I randomly found their website. I knew them from our Office of Tourism and worked with other DMOs in our state, and I just clicked the Contact Us button. And I was like, hi, my DMO needs help. I need help. Can you guys please, set a call up so we can talk and figure out, if we could work together? I knew we needed something custom. I knew in my head kind of already, just to showcase our parish. So we are 60 miles, and we are, a metropolitan airport. The big New Orleans airport's actually in our parish, all the way down to what you would think of, a Louisiana swamp. We have towns that are like the hardwood pines and the mangroves and the alligators and the swamp tours. So it's really, really tough to convey that when you're getting pulled in multiple directions. And that's where Marica and her team came in to kind of help us out.
Thank you. Yeah, and what I loved about this was that it was an opportunity to create something, as you mentioned, custom. So often in what we do here at the agency, we are asked for packages. We're asked for very specific canned solutions with prices attached, obviously, as to how we can come to the table. And I understand the need for that because it's easy to get approved that way. It's easy to kind of fit within a plan and all of these boxes. But we really, really jumped to the opportunity to be able to create something that is out of the box. Quote up something custom. Come to the table with completely separate solutions that fit into a master plan. So when we heard from Faye, we jumped at the opportunity. And the next question was, when we had our discovery call, was what do you need? What kind of social? There's lots of social, right? So you could have social media campaigns. You could have a package solution where we would just post on their behalf. There's, video and content creation. As you guys know, there's all sorts of ways to do it. But at hand, and I'm going to let Faye talk about it, but she needed someone to come to the table as a partner in getting the correct kind of content out there.
Yeah, so we were very big on having someone co-create with us and being collaborator. We did not want DMO versus agency, where we just kind of said, make a monthly calendar and we'll just kind of post it kind of thing. We really needed someone who understood our vision, trusted what I wanted to get done, and really worked with us. And for us, we knew with the landscape right now in social that short form video was absolutely what was lacking. I didn't have the time to go out and make short form videos. So that was really what we needed. And also Instagram. I really wanted to focus on Instagram. Our Facebook was great. We have a really good following. But I'm sure everyone here, when they were coming to Vegas, they looked at someone's Instagram to see a restaurant or a nightclub or something to see what it's like, and not their Facebook. So that was really what I wanted to focus on, was Instagram for those experiences. When visitors come to our page, they can see themselves in our parish or going to our unique spaces and places and seeing things in restaurants. So really that was kind of the direction I gave Marica and Von Mack, and I knew, and I trusted them because I've seen their work before, that they were gonna do a great job with it and knock it out the park. So that's really the main goal I was kind of giving them.
Yeah, and it was great because what we were doing and what we understood to do was to work alongside Faye. So Faye still does and has been posting directly on behalf of Visit Jefferson Parish on socials. What Von Mack did and what we created the parameters for doing was to add supplemental content. So what happens here is that we work with Faye and we set up we set up visits. We set up site visits, and we have things on the books where we're gonna be going to this restaurant and this place and that place, gather a whole bunch of content together, and then work on calendars where we can supplement posts alongside what she's already doing with boots on the ground to make sure that it works hand in hand, so that she can have the boots on the ground, the in-person, the timeliness of what's really happening there in that moment. But we are continuing the posts in the meantime so that their audience is continuing to grow. Their engagement is continuing to go up, because the last thing you want to have is stale or dead pages. You want to keep it going, and you need to make sure that it is building a narrative.
Yeah, and thankfully, we had really great results since we've started with you guys. Obviously, our video views have gone through the roof. We've had a lot more link clicks on things. We're seeing a lot more content creators want to work with us. We have so many people reaching out to us now versus us reaching out to them constantly wanting to work and do videos with us. On an SEO side of things from our website, we're seeing people spend more time on our actual site now. We're seeing more actual link clicks, form fill outs, things of that nature. So having that consistency and being able to have that just relevant content that's actually resonating with people has been fantastic. And on top of it, it's not just visitors. We're seeing our local businesses, we're seeing our actual leisure market in our area. They're sharing our content more. It's growing organically. We're getting more actual followers. And it's been great for us just having that consistency on our page over and over again, which I just couldn't do on my own.
And it's been great because it's been a learning experience for us too, to see what you're doing and each month to bring it a level further. So as you guys know, in social, when you post something that gets great engagement, you get people that save it, you get people that like it, you get people that share it and send you messages about it. There's levels of engagement, right? And the more types of engagement you get, especially at the higher level, the more your posts show through to more pages. That's, you get bigger reach. So what you do to grow your following and to grow your reach is to continually post things that have great engagement. So you post something, you get 10 people that engage. Well, now you're going to be shown through to 100 more pages. And then the next time you post, those 100 people can go to 1,000 people, so on and so forth. So you have to keep the timeliness there, and it has to continue a narrative. So that's what we did to bring things to the table in terms of keeping that rise. And if you look at their stats, as she had mentioned, you started, and it's an upward an upward trajectory with impressions there because we're building something and we're building on top of something. So yeah.
Yeah, it also helps too. They were able to kind of take our kind of idea. We wanted to definitely show that, yes, we are next door to New Orleans, but we are very diverse and unique in ourselves. And so having them kind of understand the best marketing plan is one where you're yourself. You're not trying to be anybody special. And they understood that. They understood when we were telling them, our parameters for our creative, that we need to showcase that we're different than the big sister next door. And we need to showcase that, we do work with them, but we love them, but we also have to be our own brand. And it was really helpful being able to work with an agency that not only recognized that, but understands it. So that was very grateful for us.
Thank you. Yeah. So in terms of content creation and everything, we definitely created our own graphics. We worked with their team to get all of the additional images, all of the logos and the color scheme, and create some special templates for reels. We have a bank now. We also have our third-party softwares where we track things and we'll look at what's resonating with people. And the next month, we'll create more and more posts. So we're A/B testing as we're sending things out there in terms of organic content to make sure it's continually going upwards and it's smashing those KPIs in addition to relating to their master plan and helping come to the table for digital and helping drive something a little bit hands-free when you have someone on a side of a DMO that has a billion plates spinning at one time. Being able to be helpful for that's a huge thing for us.
And for me too, I want to tell people that, if you're a small DMO with small marketing dollars, don't be afraid of a custom package. Reach out to a company and be like, hey, this is what we have and this is what I know we need. A good marketing team will be able to work with you. So we got really lucky with Marica and her team that they were able to build something for us and really just feel custom. Also, trust your marketing team. Take risk. We were getting kind of stagnant in what we were posting, and they came to the table with some really fun ideas, and I was just like, go for it, do it. The crazier, the better, because that's the thing that people are going to catch on to. That's what's going to get engagement. That's what's going to reach people the most. So I said, trust your agency, trust your gut, and just be creative.
Don't play it safe. Yeah. That's the way to stand out, right? Yeah. That's how you do it. So with that, we have the floor. We have about 3 minutes for questions. If anybody has any queries, questions, any notes? Okay. Yeah.
I guess we'll wrap up a little early. I know everyone's a little tired the last day.
I think we're all waking up from
so thank you guys so much for having us. I appreciate being here.
Hi.
Oh, we have a question? I'm sorry.
Oh, we have a question.
Hey, me, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Hi. I'm actually from Louisiana too. I'm from Baton Rouge. So hey.
Nice. What's up, fam?
Hey, so question. So how do you guys distinguish yourselves from different parishes? You're Jefferson Parish, but you also have New Orleans and all these other metropolitan areas surrounding you. So how do you stay relevant, or how do you just very much distinguish yourself in terms of your content or just your different marketing strategies?
Yeah, great question. So for us, we are kind of unique. We're the ones that have the airboat tours, and we're the ones with the actual airport in our city. So for us, it's just to showcase what we have as our parish, to let people know, this is what we have in our parish. We have great food, we have great people, we have great amenities. We love working with our next door neighbors, so we'll definitely showcase their events and be like, hey, when you're at a Super Bowl or a Taylor Swift and you're in town for those big events, take a day trip. Come hang out with us. We're really big on day tripping, so we absolutely will try to get people to come for a couple hours, an extra day, 2 days, to visit us as well. And that works really, really well with us, just to kind of, use what's around us and showcase what we have.
Hi, here. So yeah, that was great. I know that the Meta's algorithm has been changing for organic posts in terms of deprioritizing things that have link clicks or sending traffic offsite. Have you been able to manage that in some way to continue to drive traffic, or are you just sort of working around that and doing more awareness type posts?
It changes almost by the day. Yes, and it even speaks to when you take something that's organic and you throw it into a top of funnel campaign as well. If it's a post, if you have the link that's within the actual copy, you will be throttled. It does throttle you. As of this morning, last I spoke, you never know. But yeah, to get around that, obviously, you can put the link in the comments, or you can just say, hey, have it, if it's a video, mention it within the video as well. you know, it's not going to have as high of a conversion potential. But when you're working on organic as it is and you're building something, it's attributing to the factor of a whole. So, yeah. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys.